Every procrastinator knows they are procrastinating. That is the part people misunderstand. They are not confused. They are not waiting for better advice. They are not one calendar app away from becoming a different person. They know, and that is what makes it painful. Because the problem was never time. The problem is what happens in the body the moment they get close to the thing that matters. A vague fear, a quiet resistance, a feeling that says, "Not now." This is not always a willpower problem. Sometimes, it is fear wearing the mask of delay. In this video, we are not going to ask how to defeat procrastination. We are going to ask a better question. What is your brain trying to avoid? A growing body of psychology research points to something more uncomfortable than laziness. Chronic procrastination is often less about time management and more about mood regulation. You may recognize it as a nervous system strategy that once made emotional sense. In 2014, psychologist Fuchsia Sirois helped reshape how researchers talked about procrastination. She was not just looking at planning. She was looking at emotion. Chronic procrastinators may be trying to regulate the emotion that the task is about to trigger. Not managing time, managing shame, managing pressure, managing the threat of being seen. You are 6 years old. You hand in an assignment. The teacher points to the mistake in front of the whole class. The other children laugh. You go back to your seat. Your face is hot. Your stomach is cold. It was not some dramatic act of cruelty. It was just an ordinary morning. But the body does not only remember disasters. Sometimes it remembers ordinary humiliations with perfect precision. Years later, you sit down to start something important. A proposal, a project, a piece of writing, an application. And before you have written a single word, your body remembers. So you think you are avoiding the task, but you may be avoiding the emotional state the task brings back. Every time your brain says, "I will do it tomorrow," it may really be saying, "I will feel that feeling tomorrow." That is why not every task triggers procrastination. You can wash dishes, organize a drawer, answer a simple email, and do busy work for hours. But the moment the task involves being judged, being seen, or not being good enough, your system freezes. The tasks you delay the hardest are often the tasks that matter most. Procrastination does not always point to laziness. Sometimes it points to importance. And this is why just do it often fails. Pomodoro timers, time blocking, accountability partners, and morning routines can help with structure. But if the root problem is emotional threat, structure alone will not solve it. You cannot shame a threatened nervous system into safety. Self-compassion is often more effective than self-punishment because punishment increases threat. Sometimes the fastest way out is to make the task feel less emotionally dangerous. The brain you were told was undisciplined may be protecting you from a perceived threat. The only problem is that the threat happens to be your own to-do list. When the false self says yes, but the deeper self refuses, the body can go on strike. The part of you that refuses to begin may be the part that has not learned how to lie for what you should want. Inside that resistance, there may be information. Not an excuse. Information. Your procrastination is not a character defect. It is your nervous system telling you this thing is more complicated. You do not need another productivity system. You need to understand what your body learned to fear. You have been calling this lazy for 20 years. But your body has been protecting you the whole time. In the next episode, we go one layer deeper. Why perfectionism and trauma response may be two names for the same pattern.